Hello my dear students, welcome to Teacher at Home. Today class we are going to learn the first chapter, that is related with the matter and its composition. So let's start the chapter. Here the matter and the composition. What is the composition of matter? As we know, matter, it is a small particle. It is that which has mass and occupy some space. That is referred to as the matter. Okay. This is the matter. Then next talking about the main words in chemistry. What are they? They are the atoms. What do you mean by atom? That is, bricks are the building block of a house. In the same way, atoms are the building block of every substance. Small particles of elements. They are the small particles. Each element it is also made up of small particles. Then they do not exist independently in nature. They are always occur with exist with other substances. Molecules exist independently in nature. That is, they do not exist independently. It exists as molecules. Molecules, we all know, it is the smallest particle of all the substance. N2, it represents two atoms of nitrogen. As we know, the 2, it represents what? It represents the molecule. That is, for example, water, H2O. H2O, it contains two atoms of hydrogen and one atom of oxygen. So, starting with this chapter, we all came to familiar with the word matter, atoms. Atoms is the smallest particle. This smallest particle combine together to form what? Molecules. Okay. This, for example, we see nitrogen. N2 represent two atoms of nitrogen. And water. Water, as we know, two atoms of hydrogen and one atom of oxygen combine together to form a substance known as water. Then next is the neon. Neon molecule is represented by Ne. So one atom of neon means only this, one circle. O2. O2 means it is being joined by two atoms of oxygen. CO2 means one atom of carbon, two atom of what? Two atom of oxygen. Then arrangement of particles in different states. SLQ depends on. That is, what is SLQ? Matter exists in three phases. They are the solid, liquid and gas. So it depends. What all it factors it depends on? It depends on the intermolecular force, intermolecular space. It is the intermolecular force refer to the force that holds a particle of a substance. So in order for a substance to hold in its position, it has to be bound by some molecular force. That is known as the intermolecular force. And the space between the particles is referred to as what? Intermolecular space. Then coming to talk about the solids. In the case of solids, IMF is high. As the solids, as you know that it is closely packed. The molecules in the solids, it is seen as what? They are closely packed. So no space is seen between them. So the intermolecular force will be high. And the particles, they are, as I told now only, the particles are what? They are closely packed. Let us talk about the matter. That is, matter as we know, it is having what? Mass. Only when it is having a mass and a fixed space, we say it is a matter. We can see, touch and also feel. It will be what? It will be a living or a non-living creatures, non-living substances. Then it will be having a definite shape, volume and texture. That is, these are the peculiarities of what? Matter. Then there will be exceptional cases. What are the exceptional cases that we see in matter? They are the light, sound, heat and sun. That is the lightning. Then sound, whatever sound we are hearing. And also the heat. They are not considered as matter. Even though we can see, feel and also recognize. Then next talking about the raincoat. Raincoat, it is not made up of cotton or any other substance that absorbs water. So the material which does not absorb water we have to use to make raincoat. So we are using nylon. Matter, it is having mass. Then when we are considering the football it is having certain mass, and it is also occupying certain space when it is placed in one position. And the different states of matter. What are the different states? It exists in three phases. That is the solid, liquid and the gas. Solid, as we know, it is having a fixed mass, volume and shape. And also what? A rough or smooth, hard or soft, shiny or dull, elastic and rigid. Solids cannot be compressed. That is, solids, they are having the fixed mass and a volume and a shape. They are hard and soft, they are shiny or dull, elastic or rigid. For example, we are taking the balloons. That is balloons when we are expanding. What is happening there? Air it is being taken in. So the space it is being occupied by the air. Considering about the liquid state, liquid it is having a fixed mass and a volume, and they do not have a definite shape. It will be flowing. So they are not having the definite shape. So the considering the intermolecular space, it is found to be minimal, vibrate and cannot move. Cannot move, solid fixed, having fixed volume and cannot be compressed. So these are the peculiarities of what? These are the peculiarities of solids. So when we are talking about the solids, the solids, they are having intermolecular space. The space will be intermolecular and can vibrate. That is, the movement will be in vibration and cannot move. Solids cannot move. They are in fixed position, volume and cannot be compressed. Talking about the liquids. In liquids, the particles are loosely packed. So when we are seeing liquid, see here, it is the figure given. Solids, they are closely packed. Liquid, it is loosely packed. Cannot move, slide over one another. So the movement will not be there, but they slide over one another. Cannot be poured. Definite volume. They will be having a definite volume in which the container it is placed. Intermolecular space will be greater than solids. And it is impossible to compress what? Liquid. That is, the compressibility will be less for liquids. Then considering about the gases. Gases, the intermolecular attraction will be lowest. See, the particles will be here and there, so there will be attraction, it is only to a less extent. And the intermolecular space. As you know that the intermolecular space will be highest, and particles, they are free to move as gas will be floating here and there, and they do not have a fixed volume. Gas is compressed by applying. So when we have to compress a gas, we have to apply great pressure. The next we are going to talk about it is the fluidity. So the fluidity, it refers to the capacity of liquid or gases to flow. So if you are taking water, it will be easy to flow. Whereas considering honey or oil, the fluidity will be less. See here, water, it is a thin liquid. Whereas considering oil, it is thicker and stickier, more viscous than water. Okay, viscosity refers to what? It refers to the measure of thickness. Honey, it is found to be more viscous than water. When we are considering water and honey, honey it is found to be more viscous than water. That is, the ability to flow will be less comparing to water. If you are considering the activity 1.3, liquid take the shape of the container. So whenever we are placing liquid in any containers like a bowl, beaker or a pot, anything else, it will take the shape of that container. Then talking about the gaseous state, gas, it is having a mass. That is, it is having a fixed mass. If you are keeping in some vessels, it take the shape of that vessel. No fixed volume or shape. In the sense, it will be spreading out. Then there are fluids, it will spread. That example, the main example is that of incense sticks and matchbox. Okay, matchsticks. Same substance, it will be found in three forms. That is, incense stick, when we are burning, we will get that smell from a long distance also. That means that gases are spreading in the air. The same thing, same substance will be found in three forms. That is, the three forms will be existing. What are they? Solid, liquid and gas. Water exists in three forms. That is, in the form of ice. Ice is referred to as the solid substance. Then water, it is seen as a liquid, and water vapor as the gas. No chemical difference, only there will be difference in the physical state. Comparing the properties of comparison of properties of matter. So they are what are the three states of matter: solid, liquid, and gases. Until we now we have studied about the arrangement of particles. See in how it is placed in solids, tightly packed and it is vibrating. In liquids, it is loosely packed. They slide over one another. Consider the gases. It is also loosely packed and will be flowing freely. Considering about the mass, what about the solids? Solids have a fixed mass. Solid, liquid and gases, they three are having the fixed mass. And about the volume, solid and liquid have a fixed volume, but no fixed volume it is seen for gas. Then about the shape. Shape, solid has a fixed shape. It liquid, it will be taking the shape of the container, and gases, no fixed shape will be there. Talking about the fluidity, solids they cannot flow because it is been rigidly packed, so it is not able to flow. Then liquids they can flow, gases also can flow. Intermolecular force, it is found to be strongest in gases, solids, medium for liquids and weakest for the gases. Then intermolecular space, it is minimal for solids, more than solids, that is liquids will be having more minimal intermolecular force than solids, and consider about the gases it will be largest. Talking about the compressibility, that is we had told that it can handle the compressed, hardly be compressed as they are tightly packed, it is not able to freely compress it. Liquid also having the same condition, but gases can be compressed. Interconvention between the states of matter. That is, what are the interconvention? Water, it is being changed into ice, ice to water vapor, and reverse process. Reverse process will be taken. This water vapor will be transferred into ice, again transferred into water. Iodine also having the same condition, that is the solid will be transformed into gas. So what are the factors which are influencing the reverse process? They are the pressure and the temperature. See here, they are the pressure and the temperature. Considering about the temperature, when temperature increased, molecules move faster. That is, when we are applying heat or when we are raising the temperature, the molecules will be passing here and there. That is, move faster to reach what? To reach the liquid state. Condensation, the point at which the molecule close enough to enter the liquid state. That is, when we are heating, the molecules will be transferring from one substance to another. So from the solid to liquid state, it will be transferring. That is known as the condensation point, and the process is known as the condensation. Then next about the freezing point. When water it is cooled, the molecules of water move about even less. That is, when we are cooling a substance from its normal state, it will be only slowly, it only molecules will be moving because they are losing energy and enter the solid state, that is the ice. This happens at which temperature? 0 degrees Celsius, and is known as what? Freezing point. Interconvention between the states of the matter. What are they? Melting point. When ice we are heating, being heated, what happens? Molecule absorb heat energy and they vibrate rapidly. That is, ice is a solid substance. So when we are applying energy, heat energy, the molecules will be started to vibrate. That is, the ice melt and become water, which is the liquid state. The process is called the melting, and the point it is called the melting point. Example for this condition, it is iodine, naphthalene and ammonium chloride. That is, enter from the vapor state from solid. Then it is the interconvention given: solid, liquid and gas. That is, solid on melting, it melts on heating, freeze on cooling, condensation on cooling, vaporization on heating, sublimation on heating. These are the process that is taking place. Different process of interconvention, that is according to the change in pressure, change in the physical state. Change in pressure means carbon dioxide gas will be transferred to carbon dioxide liquid by applying the pressure at room temperature. Liquefied petroleum gas is known as the LPG. It is a combination of butane and propane. It is a fuel used in homes, vehicles, etc. Interconvention states, that is the state of matter. LPG, it is been, gas is transferred into liquid. That is when we are opening the gas, that's substance in the gaseous forms will be transferred into liquid, which will be flowing through the pipes, and we are easily able to burn. Under pressure, when we open the liquid, it is been transferred. That is the liquid is transferred into what? Gas form. Flows into the pipe. Fuels. What are the fuels we are using? Petrol and diesel emit pollutants. Carbon dioxide, carbon monoxide, oxides of sulfur and nitrogen. Considering this, emission will be less emission in LPG, and main pollutant it is what? Carbon dioxide. LPG, it is a clean fuel. So that's all about this chapter. If you are interested, please do like, share and subscribe my channel. Okay, thank you.